So based on this climatic conditions only, we adapt our body to the surrounding environment. Okay. So what we do if we are now we are facing which season? What we do? Okay, in order to overcome this season, what we do? We use mufflers to hide our ears. We use sweaters. We use blankets, quilts, and all those, isn't it? To overcome what? To overcome the winter season. But on the living organisms, which face every time the snow, every time ice, every time they feel what cool, so they adapt their body changes. Okay, and they make it permanent. So we have discussed about the adaptations in polar bear, adaptations in penguins, adaptations in the birds. So we have discussed about what is the topic? Migration. So this is the term we use generally for the changing of place, means what moving from one place to another place is known as migration, isn't it? So we generally use migration term for birds. Okay. So why the birds will migrate here and there in the winter season? They are not able to adapt to that bodily changes. So to that environment. So what they do? They go to the place. So they adapt to other place. Okay. For what? For food and also to overcome the climatic conditions. Okay. So we have discussed about Siberian crane. Okay. So in our what in our state, not in our state, like some other places, we will go for beaches and lakes. Okay, Kolleru Lake and all those. If we go there, we will see different species of birds which attract the tourists. Why they come over here? Because we have less climate, means what? Less cool. During winter season also, we won't have that much cool when compared with the countries, other countries. Okay, like America and all those countries. The countries which are in the polar regions. Polar regions. So from there, the birds will come to our place, to the tropical areas, and to overcome the winter and also the coolness, snowfall, and fog, and whatever it may be. So that is the thing we have discussed in the last class. And now we are going to learn about adaptations in camels. Adaptations of a camel. So the first adaptation of camel is what? Hump. If you see camel, it will be having like this area, right? This is known as hump. Hump on above. Okay, above the surface of its body is having this. So it stores what? Fat. So this is what? Hump. This hump will store what? Fat. Actually, camel is the desert animal. Okay, desert animal, and the camel is known as ship of the desert. Ship of the desert. Why do we call it as ship of the desert? What is the use of ship? We will move. Okay, like bus and car and train and aeroplane. We also move in the ship. It is a water transport. So here camel is used for the transportation. That is why the camel is known as ship of the desert. So we all members know in desert we will be facing very high climate area. Okay, high climate area the desert is, and we don't get water also, minimum water, and we won't get food also, adequate food. So this hump will store fat. If it has starving, then the fat will be used. And another one is long eyelashes. Another adaptation is long eyelashes. You all must know these are the lashes, eyelashes. These are the lashes. They'll be having long eyelashes to protect its eyes from small sand and the dust coming inside, coming into the eyes. Okay, they have what? Long eyelashes. You see how our eyelashes, they are very small. If you compare the up towards the lower lid, okay, eyelid, lower eyelid have very small for our eyes, but they have what? Long eyelashes. And And what is that? Nostrils. Nostrils. The speciality of the nostrils of the camel. Okay, they can close and open. Can we close our nose? No. Try it yourself. Can we close? No. But they can open and close. Open and close. Because desert, if you imagine the desert, what happens? A small wind, the breeze will come. Very hot breeze will come. Taking the hot air, the upper layer of the desert, small sand particles. So they will enter into our nose, they will enter into our eyes. So in order to protect themselves from that climatic conditions, they have adopted these things. So nostrils, they can open and close. Open and close of nostrils. And long legs. Long legs. If you see camel, it will be having long legs because it can away from the heat, the surface, its body, it will be away from its earth surface, desert surface. So these are the adaptations. Thumb, long eyelashes, nostrils, open and closing of nostrils, and as well as long legs. So voluntary nostrils. And another one is it can drink 40 liters at a time. For further use, whenever it finds water, no, it will drink how many liters of water? 40 liters of water. How much water? 40 liters of water at a time. 40 liters of water at a time. So these are the things. Write down in your notes. Okay. And another one adaptation is that thick lips. It has thick lips. So in desert you will see the plants which are having thorns on their bodies. For example, aloe vera, it has thorns, right? So in the desert, the plants will be having mostly thorns. Thorns. Okay. Thorns means you know. Okay. Spines and thorns. So what happens? That thorns may hurt. If we eat anything with thorns, what happens? It will give some sticky pain to our body. But they have what? Which type of lips? Thick lips. Thick lips. So while they bite also, while they chew also, the thorns may not harm them. So these are the adaptations. First one is it stores fat. Second one is long eyelashes. So protecting from the dust, and the nostrils, open and closing of nostrils. Long legs to protect its body from the heat generating from the head surface. And also it will drink 40 liters of water at a time. At a time, in single time, it will drink 40 liters of water, and it will have thick lips so that if it eats the desert plants also, it may not harm to the lips. This is the thing. Please note down. So this is the adaptation which we see in the camel. Camel is a desert animal. Camel is a desert animal. It is the adaptations which we see in the desert. Okay, now we are learning about The adaptations in the rainy areas. So in India, we can say India is a tropical country. We will face rains also. Okay, during monsoon season. So the first animal is that toucan. It is a bird. It has a long beak. It has a long beak. Long beak means directly it can, if it has a long beak, it can stand on one of the main branch and it can take any nut or fruit from the branch, because the tree can't bear the weight of this bird. What is the bird name? Toucan. Toucan bird. It is having more weight. So it has what is the adaptation it has done? It has long beak so that it can catch the fruit from the near distance, from the far distance. Why? Because if we stand on the branch of the tree, the branch may fall down, or because it may not bear the weight of the toucan. Okay. And another adaptation is about a frog, red-eyed frog. Red-eyed frog. Red-eyed frog. It has, what is that? Sticky pads. Sticky pads. Sticky pads. Generally, you see small frogs nearby our home. Sometimes in village areas you can see the frogs. They can stick to the walls like this, right? Like this, they will stick like this. Why? Because they have having what? Sticky pads on their claws, legs. Okay, this red-eyed frog has what? Sticky pads. And frogs have adaptations. We will see frogs when they are born. Okay, when they are born, the tadpoles are like fishes. The tadpoles are like fishes. They don't have what legs, 4 legs. They will be having what? Fish. They resemble like fish. And after adult frog, after this tadpole, it will form into adult frog. So when they are tadpoles, they live inside the water. They live inside the water and they respire through the gills. When they become the tadpoles, when they become adult frog, they will develop lungs. They will develop lungs and they will respire through the skin. They will respire through the skin. If you touch the skin of the frog, you will feel moist condition, wet condition, because always it keeps its body cool because it respires through the skin. Okay, which one will respire through the skin? Frog, adult frog. Baby frog, it will be like tadpole. Okay, baby frog, it will be having tail, like it will be like baby frog will be same like fish only. So it will be present inside the water. When it becomes adult, it will come outside. And we know that frog is an amphibian. Okay, so it will do what? It will hibernate during winter. That is known as hibernation, which is known as winter sleep. Winter sleep. What the fishes will do? When it feels very much cool, it will burrow inside the earth, go and sleep for 6 months, 3 months, 2 months. Okay, that is known as what? Winter sleep. Nothing but frogs sleep during the winter. Where do they sleep? Under the ground. Under the ground. That is known as hibernation. And another one is what? Estivation. Estivation is known as summer sleep. I said no. Frogs will respire through skin. So what happens during summer? The skin will become dry. If the skin will become dry, they can't respire. So if they can't respire, it ultimately leads to death of the frog. So what they do at that time? They will underground. They will burrow the underground, and underground will be very cool, and they will sleep over there. Okay, that is known as estivation. And this hibernation, it is also seen in black bears. Okay, Deers also. You will see deers. They will also hibernate during winter. Winter sleep. They also undergo winter sleep. And another one is that tailed macaque. It is a monkey name. It is a type of monkey, long-tailed monkey. Long-tailed monkey, macaque. Why? Because it can hold the, with its tail, it can hold the branches and it can jump from one tree to another tree. You will see no different types of monkeys. It will be present. Black color face monkeys. They are known as what macaque. They have long tail. They have long tail. Please note down in your notes. So what is that? Toucan. It is a bird which is having long beak to catch the fruits from the long distance. Red-eye frog, it will be having sticky backs so that it can stick to the body surface of any plant or any surface. And the frogs, they have what? They will undergo hibernation and estivation. Hibernation is winter sleep. Estivation is summer sleep. That is adaptation in order to overcome the climatic conditions. Okay, hibernation we will see in another type of living organism, that is bears. And another adaptation seen in the macaque. What is that? Macaque. It is a long-tailed monkey which can use its long tail for jumping or curling around the branches of the tree. Okay, this is about the adaptation seen in various living organisms. So the one more adaptation is there, adaptations in elephants. Please note down this, then we will discuss about elephants. Okay, so hibernation, bats, wild bats, they will sleep up to 64 to 66 days. 64 to 66 days. Okay, bats will hibernate for how many days? 64 to 66 days. One of the bats has slept for how many days? 344 days. 344 days. Means they just sleep. They won't do any work. They won't do anywhere, they won't eat. But these bats, they will just come out for drinking. For drinking, just they come out for drinking water. For drinking water. So in mythology, you will be learning about what the name of the Kumbhakarna. He will eat for 6 months and he will sleep for 6 months. Okay, if we sleep for a long time, also usually our parents used to say how much time you take to sleep. So sleeping is nothing but here to avoid the climatic conditions. They have no challenge to face the climatic conditions. They simply sleep as many days as they can. If they sleep in winter, it is known as hibernation. If they sleep in summer, it is known as estivation. Next one is adaptation in elephant. Elephant. Adaptation in elephant. You will see if we think about elephant, we will get an imagination of elephant living in a forest, right? Always elephant live in a thick forest, right? So elephant will be having a long trunk, It has two works. So the long trunk has got nostrils. So it acts as nose. It acts as nose. At the end of the trunk, it will be having nostrils. Right. And also for what? For picking up the food. So if you go for any travel there at that place, if you find any elephant, you'll be having a joy of giving food to the elephants. Where do you keep the food? In the trunk, like this, that it will keep, no, in that trunk you will keep. So what? It will take the food and it will keep inside the mouth. So picking up of the food. In that place only you will see what? Big nose. Big nostrils you will find, right? And next one, tusk. It can tearing of food. Tearing of food. If we have a which is very costly, tusk means like these two are present, no? White color, tooth. So those are known as tusk, tearing of the food. And it has long ears. Long ears, very big ears, no? We will be having like this, very big ears. So that long ears, we can hear small sounds also. And it keeps its body balanced. Long ears will keep its body balanced and also keep its body cool. Keep its body cool. Okay, so these are the adaptations in the elephant. Elephant is having long trunk. So what are the two uses of this long trunk? Nose and also picking up of the food. and it has a tusk which helps for the tearing of the food, and long ears which can hear small sounds, and it keeps its body balanced, and also it keeps its body cool. Next is suspension. Suspension. Okay, so here if we take a marine ecosystem nothing but oceans, seas, rivers like that. Okay, the animals like fishes, tortoise, or anyone which are in the above surface area, they are more prone to direct climatic conditions. For example, in winter season, if they are living in the poles, what happens to the lakes? The lakes will be forming ice layer above the surface. So at that time, the surface dwellers means the living organisms which are present on the surface of the water bodies like oceans or seas and anything. What they do, they come deep into the water body and live over there. That is known as what? That is to overcome the climatic conditions. And but some of the organisms means low-lying organisms like bacteria, fungi, zooplankton. Okay, zooplankton means very small bacteria, fungi, and all those. They produce a capsule-like structure over their body. Over their body, they produce a capsule-like structure over their body, and they will be in dormant conditions like seeds. Like seeds, they will be in dormant condition, means they become inactive. They won't undergo any metabolic activities until the favorable conditions will be coming. Okay, so what is happening during unfavorable condition? The fungi, bacteria, and low-lying organisms like zooplankton, they cover their body. They produce from the surface of their body a capsule-like structure and cover their body and sleep. They will become inactive. And when the favorable condition persists, then they will break the dormancy. Means they break the capsule and come out of it and live like normally. This is known as suspension. This is known as suspension. And so these we can see as spores also. Spores in fungi. Okay, and the zooplankton, they will suspend to the rocks. They will suspend to the rocks. Why they get suspended to the rocks in the water? Because if they do not get suspended to the rocks, they will be thrown out by the ocean currents, water currents, tides, or they will be pressed by other organisms like that. So they will suspend, they will make dormancy and they suspend to the rocks. So this is about the adaptations according to the environment in different living organisms. So our second chapter is finished. So in the next week, we will be going into respiration in organisms. So already you'll be having respiration in organisms. The third lesson, respiration in organism, in your science textbook also. So somewhat the scope of learning is more here. Okay. So this is this we are dealing with the NEET syllabus. The scope of learning will be more. But if you become highly active in the general syllabus, you can better understand more and more. Scope of getting knowledge is more and more in the NEET syllabus. Okay, once you by the coming Saturday, okay, by the coming Saturday, once you go with the respiration in organisms in your science textbook. Okay, 11th lesson. Okay, 11th lesson in your science textbook. So once you go with the textbook, don't read and by heart the question answers. Point by point, you read the textbook. You can better understand easily when we go with the NEET syllabus the coming Saturday. Okay, see you in the next week. Have a happy day.